Hello Pokemon fans, this is ProPokeNoob back today to bring you another battle. If you are looking at the team preview, yes, I am not bringing you Yu anymore. I decided to bring you a standard Ubers match against a person by the name of XX Kitty Killer XX. I actually promised this person that I would show the battle, and you know what, it was an excellent battle anyways, so definitely something worth watching. This guy is really cool. If you find him on the Smokin' server, make sure you talk to him. Like, he's a really good battler. If you want any Uber's advice, like, he impressed me. But anyways, looking at his team, definitely gonna be a wet game. That's why everything is pretty much blue. It's gonna be in the rain the whole time. And, I really hate Chansey. You guys should know this. If you talk to me or if you see me battle and you see a Chansey or a Blissey on a team, you will see me rage and try and kill it as quickly as possible. But, this Chansey is not going to be the biggest issue. The big issues actually are, I didn't know what Arceus Ice actually does. This is like one of my first few exposure to it, and it actually has a lot of viability to it when you think about it in Ubers, because a lot of main threats in Ubers are actually Ice Weak and don't appreciate stab Ice attacks, especially a stab Judgment. So Arceus Ice has some use if you use it properly, and this person does use it properly. Unfortunately, as you will see, he's not going to get too lucky with the conditions that it's used under, but in hindsight, if I had a team that was actually weak to Ice, or if he was using it as someone who didn't completely hacks it out, then it would be quite deadly. So, other than that, pretty much looking at Palkia, Zekrom, probably Scarf Palkia. Zekrom, I was also kind of on the edge, because sometimes it carries Life Orb, sometimes it's banded, sometimes it's got crazy stuff, Lumberry, stuff like that. I never know what it's going to do until I take a shot, but that's why I keep Skarmory and all of them alive. So, in the ways of leads, actually thinking about this, I saw that everything gets hit by Toxic Spikes, so I'm actually going to decide to lead off with Tentacruel, also thinking that maybe if he led off with Kyogre, and he wants to go for the Thunder, I can, you know, either take it, because I am specially defensive, and at least getting one Toxic Spike up would be enough to cripple his team. So I'm going to lead off with Tentacruel, and now I will see you at the battle. So, like I said, I'm going to lead off with Tentacruel. He's just going to lead off with Kyogre, obviously because the rain is just going to be up for permanent. Now, again, my whole goal is to just set up my layers of Toxic Spikes as he actually goes for his substitute. And judging by the fact that he's most likely going to go for Calm Mind, I should be a little fearful of this thing, but it is a sub-Calm Minding set, and I'm just going to get both layers of Toxic Spikes up before I actually am going to switch into my Skarmory, because I thought it would probably want to keep trying to set up on Tentacruel knowing that it can't do anything to me, or me to it. So after he gets the +2, Skarmory's going to have that Sturdy still intact, and he's actually going to go for the Water Spout. Now this worried me because Water Spout is a lot more powerful than Surf, especially if he's at full health. So it's a good thing that both layers are up to get that thing toxic later on, as long as this Chansey doesn't have Aromatherapy or anything like that. But Excellent is going to stand in my way. I'm going to go into my Physical Skyman to kind of scare him, but he's actually going to make an immediate switch into his Arceus Ice. This does put me in a bad position because, you know, I'm weak to it. I'm just going to go for the HP Fire for some noob reason, and he actually goes for the Substitute, and generally I wouldn't do it, but I mean, that does put him in kind of a good position to hit stuff. However, I do have the Tentacruel to take the Judgment very well, and this Arceus is really not going to be able to do anything this match because he's actually going to have the Thunder, and what am I saying? He doesn't do anything. He has Thunder and he paralyzes me, and I just go for the Scald to break his sub, but he is going to die to Toxic, and that actually surprised me. That's actually a good move to put Thunder on Arceus Ice, so good on you, Kitty Killer. Anyways, he's going to send in his original Badass, and this original Badass is going to be the original Badass. So it's going to take on my Tentacruel with a Psy Strike, no kidding, but it is Toxic, so I'm not too concerned. I'm going to send in my Scarf Darkrai. He doesn't want to risk anything. He's going to switch out, go back into his Chansey to take a special move as I just go for the Dark Pulse, and obviously it would be stupid for me to stay in, so I have to switch out and go into my Wigglytuff, because we're just going to have a little bit of a battle of the classics here. Wigglytuff versus Chansey, the two fat lards that were in Gen 1. So, he's going to go for Thunder Wave and get me paralyzed. Didn't expect T-Wave, but that's okay. I just go for the Wish. Now, I was thinking that he might predict me to switch out and go just for the thing. He actually predicts me and goes for the T-Wave, as I actually predict him to switch out and also go for the T-Wave. So that's kind of a wasted move, and the Wish is wasted. So no S-Toss, nothing like that. So that's okay. He's actually going to go for the Wish as I get paralyzed as I went for Seismic Toss, and that would have taken this thing out, but luckily for me, Toxic does it for me, so Wigglytuff just standing in there. But now the big fish comes in, and it's going to set up a sub. Now, the lucky thing for me is I actually get to use Seismic Toss, but not only that, the Wish is going to hit him, but the fact that I know that Toxic is on him, Water Spout shouldn't be damaging me. Now, I go for Protect just in case he decided to go just straight for the attack, thinking that I would just go for Seismic Toss again, but that was a good move on his part. He's going to go for the Water Spout, not at full health, but look at that, in the rain. It doesn't matter. In the rain, Water Spout from a Kyogre, at that range of health, I take it, because Wigglytuff was built for tough. It's built tough, that's all it is. Unfortunately, I get Parahacks trying to go for Seismic Toss, and the second Water Spout is going to take me out. Not a big deal. Wigglytuff flexed its muscles. That's as much as it had to do. Now Ghost Arceus is going to come in because it's the next best thing I can do. Also knowing that I can go for Calm Minds before this thing, knowing that I'm faster, and I should be able to take these weakened Water Spouts very well, which, as you can see, I do. Now, I don't want to risk a crit going through my one special defense, so I'm just going to go for the Recover here, just to make sure that I can preserve Arceus Ghost, as he actually goes for the Thunder, and that lucky guy gets another Paralysis, which kind of sucks, as you will see. So, Kyogre is going to fall as kind of that last resort. Now Zekrom is going to come in, but because I am paralyzed, he's actually going to be able to get the Crunch off and take out Ghost Arceus. So, Arceus is going to go down. Didn't really do much this match. But now I'm going to be able to send in my Scarf Darkrai to try and threaten him out. Also knowing that he's most likely locked into it. I go for the Dark Pulse, doesn't do a lot, but he's going to go for the Crunch, also doesn't do a lot. So the Toxic on my side is actually going to be advantageous. Now I see that I have a defense drop, and I didn't want to risk the numbers. Or do I risk the numbers? No, I don't. I don't think. Do I? Let's see. Do I risk the numbers? I do risk the numbers. Look at that. He sends in Palkia, and the way that he sent this in, maybe it's Scarfed. So I'm actually going to switch out and go into my Skarmory, kind of be death fodder to see what move he would lock himself into, as he actually goes for the Hydro Pump. So I'm thinking, okay, I can just go into my Skyman here to take the Hydro Pump and just fire off a C-Bomb. No, but I'm going to go for the Swords Dance just because I know he's locked into it. Nope, but no, he goes for Draco Meteor. He fooled me. So, Skyman's going to fall, but now my last Pokemon is Darkrai, and looking at the rest of his team, they're all crippled by Toxic. Okay, hold on, we gotta pause this, because this is where it gets really epic. Okay, so, I have Scarf Darkrai. Dark Pulse I know can take out both Zekrom and Palkia, and I know Mewtwo can die because it's super effective. So that's what I'm kind of hoping off here. So I'm just going to go for the Dark Pulse, take out this Palkia. This is when this guy realizes, oh, I'm Scarfed, and he's pretty much hoping that I'm not going to be able to take everything out. Stealth Rocks would have been nice, as you will see, because I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse, take out the Zekrom. But now, it is Nightmare versus the original badass, and what do you know, I'm going to go for it. Darkrai is going to take out this Mewtwo. Of course not, because Mewtwo is the beast. Mewtwo is the original badass. Gonna finish me off with that flashy Thunder, and that's gonna be his match. But you know what? I don't care. That was a fantastic match. XX, Kitty Killer, XX. Comment, rate, and subscribe, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this battle. You can't beat the classic Uber. This guy, this Mewtwo, I don't know. It just goes to show. Maybe if I was modest, or maybe if I had Stealth Rocks up, so if I had preserved Skarmory a little bit better and gotten the Rocks up at least, that would have taken out Mewtwo at that range, as you can see with 10%. But, you know, stuff happens, so it was an excellent match nonetheless. Until then, I am done school. I finished school yesterday, so I'm in exam period. I'm still not going to come back, though, because I'm not fully out of the I'm not fully in the clear yet. I still have like exams coming up within the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then I have like a school education placement I have to go through the week after that, and then I'm just busy. So I'll try and keep bringing you battles as consistent as this. I've been bringing you them about 2 or 3 days apart, and both on the weekend there, but I'm still trying to come back. I know I have like Friends Week that I promised you guys. I actually have a whole bunch of other ideas I want to put on this channel, since Herb Megs and Tearfing, if you guys have forgotten about them, my 2 friends that were supposed to help me on this channel, they've been missing. Or not missing, but they've just been lazy. So, I'm trying to bring new stuff to the battle, as well as Wizards 101, because apparently that went really well as well. So, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do, as well as bring you other battles, but I'm still really busy, so I'm trying my best. Of course, school is coming first, and I'm not really happy with my Bs. in university, and you would think that I'd be happy with B's, but I am a perfectionist, and I'm still putting all my effort into it, and my marks are only showing half-assery, so I'm not very happy with that. So, that's pretty much it. Also, if you guys have not seen, as of yesterday, there have been tier changes. Many tier changes have messed up my teams, including my defense team. It has been pulled apart because Deoxys defense has been moved to borderline, which saddened me. I wanted to give it a eulogy, an official send-off. I'm sorry, defense team, you have to go. But you know what? I will make just an equal team. We will replace Deoxys defense, get the Citadel back on this channel, and everything will be fine. I am the stall master, hopefully, as you guys have recognized by now, and we will continue that legacy. Until then, everyone, have an excellent day. Peace.